Scene script. Have you ever wondered about the man behind the philosophical teachings that have shaped our understanding of human nature and ethics? The man, Socrates, the ancient Greek philosopher. Born in Athens around 470 BC, Socrates sprang from humble beginnings. The son of a stonemason and a midwife, he himself served as an Athenian soldier during his youth. His early life was steeped in the very essence of democracy and citizen duty. Yet it was after his military service that Socrates would make a decision that forever changed the course of human thought. He chose to devote his life to philosophy, to the pursuit of wisdom and truth. He sought to understand the world around him, to question the nature of knowledge, virtue, and the good life. This path led him not to wealth or power, but to the marketplace and public arenas, where he would engage with fellow Athenians in robust dialogue and debate. So, Socrates, a man from humble beginnings, chose a path of philosophy, a decision that would forever change the course of human thought. Now imagine a world where questioning everything becomes a way of life. This was the core of Socratic philosophy. Socrates, the ancient Greek philosopher, was renowned for his method of questioning, a technique now known as the Socratic method. This wasn't just a way to provoke thought or to expose the limitations of one's knowledge. It was, in essence, an invitation to a journey of self-discovery and intellectual growth. The Socratic method, in its simplest form, involves a series of questions formulated as tests of logic and fact, intended to help a person or group discover their beliefs about some topic. It's a form of inquiry and discussion where one questions another's moral, ethical, or philosophical beliefs. This method was Socrates' way of challenging the status quo, of pushing boundaries, and of seeking the truth. Socrates' philosophy was not just about questioning, though. It was about the pursuit of virtue and knowledge. To him, knowledge was a form of virtue. He believed that if we truly understood what was right, we would act accordingly. Ignorance, for him, was the root of all evil. Now let's delve a bit deeper into Socrates' concept of the soul. For Socrates, the soul was the seat of both waking consciousness and moral character. He held that the soul was immortal and that it was our duty to care for it, to nurture it with knowledge and virtue. And then there was his view on democracy. In a twist of irony, Socrates, who lived in one of the earliest democratic societies, was not a fan of democracy. He was of the opinion that not everyone was fit to rule, that only those with the necessary wisdom and virtue should lead. Socrates, through his relentless questioning, laid the foundation for critical thinking, encouraging us to challenge our assumptions and search for truth. His legacy lives on in classrooms, courtrooms, and every place where questioning is valued as a path to wisdom. But what happens when a truth seeker clashes with societal norms? The trial of Socrates, a landmark event in history, provides an answer. In the bustling city-state of Athens around 4 centuries before the birth of Christ, the renowned philosopher Socrates found himself at odds with the powers that be. His habit of questioning everything, a method now known as the Socratic dialogue, had ruffled more than a few feathers. The Athenian authorities, feeling threatened by his influence and the questioning of traditional beliefs, brought charges against him. The charges: impiety or disrespecting the gods recognized by the city of Athens and corrupting the youth. Socrates, the man who claimed to know nothing, was suddenly on trial for his life, for his ideas, for his philosophy. The jury, a group of 500 Athenian citizens, was presented with these accusations. Socrates, in his defense, spoke with the same wisdom and wit that had made him one of the most respected thinkers of his time. He argued that his purpose was not to corrupt, but to enlighten, to stimulate thought, and to seek truth. He expressed his commitment to his philosophical pursuits, even in the face of death. However, his words fell on deaf ears. The jury, swayed by the prosecution's arguments, found him guilty. The punishment? Death by drinking a cup of poison hemlock. Yet even in these dire circumstances, Socrates remained unyielding. He was offered a chance to escape, a plan devised by his loyal students, but he refused. To flee would mean to abandon his principles, to admit guilt where he saw none. He chose instead to meet his fate head-on. And so Socrates drank the poison, his body succumbing to its effects, but his spirit remaining untouched. His final moments were spent not in fear, but in philosophical discourse, questioning and seeking knowledge until the very end. Socrates, a man so dedicated to his principles that he chose death over abandoning his philosophical pursuits, a testament to his unwavering belief in the power of truth and knowledge.